Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to the final day of our Gold Speed regular season and the penultimate day of our, well, not regular season, of our 2025 season here in DRMC Speed. We've got three matches for you. That's it. One of the four people you see in that semifinals list, John Dat Flindo, Influx, Adelito, Don Venier, will be leaving this tournament as the 2025 champion. Can Influx be a multiple time title holder or champion? Can Adelito finally win one? Can Don Venier and John Dat Flindo take home their first ever one? It's going to be huge here. Best of fives along the rest of the way here. But before we get to that, we have an announcement, and it is the match of the year. Or excuse me, the speed match of the year. And I'm proud to announce that Don Venier and Adelito in August finals was the winner of that. It's an epic, epic match. You should go back and watch it when you have some time here. But maybe we get a sequel of that here in the finals. Hard to tell. And we'll know here in just a few short moments here. I'm joined by Ramsey. Ramsey, it's been a heck of a year, and we're calling our last golds here. What moments stick out to you?
I mean, there's just so many amazing games that have been played this year. It's what sticks out to me is just how fast, just how much the bar has been raised
Hmm.
just over the past year or so. Time, people finishing with times that would easily have won for years are now maybe not good enough to even to take the matches. We've got people pushing sub sixes on the regular in your 6 to 9. We've got hot times showing up on a weekly basis. The standard of play has just risen so much, and
Yeah.
these two players are absolutely no exception.
Yeah. And just talking about our matchup here real quick, the one seed Don Venier, the four seed John Dat Flindo. This is the the sixth time they've met up. Don leads the series 4-1. First time they've met in the semifinals. And important to note here, Flindo's giving up only 7 seconds on that 10 to 13 average. The PB is also very similar: 7:22 for Don, 7:33 for Flindo. And I think we have readies from both of our players. So I believe it's time for the Dave to fire up the countdown and for us to kick off semi-final Sunday here to close out the 2025 season. In 3, 2, 1, and pills. Off we go. Interesting board state here for Dawn. Has pretty much almost everything in that lower section wide open from the jump.
Yeah, he's got a big gap in columns like 5, 6, and 7, almost nothing there. But he's got a bit of an awkward color situation with reds. Not a lot of places to put him. He's setting up maybe for some really
Oh,
long
look at
drop
this
time on column
combo.
7 and 8, but a great drop combo to use some of that red.
Meanwhile, Flindo putting out a big blue cross over on the left side of his board, maintaining pace here with Don Venier. You're going to see these matches come down to seconds, folks. That's how good these players are. And remember, they're playing levels 10 to 13 here, and this is now a best of 5. And as I always say, it's very, very important to pace yourself in these best of 5 matches, Ramsey.
Yeah, these games could take upwards of 8, 9 minutes apiece, and you're talking about potentially 5 in a row, over half an hour, closer to 1 hour possibly of playing. This could absolutely go the distance, and yeah, it can be really mentally taxing.
Absolutely. And what's taxing here is just our eyeballs. These players going so fast right now. It is a slight lead here for Flindo as these players just over the 75-second mark. Don Venier getting a good setup here. Going to get a tuck clear on the blue in column number 2. Going to get everything nice and set up. And a great play here, I think. Looks like Don signaling he is going to go horizontal with the reds in row 1. Meanwhile, Flindo, 8 viruses to go, playing a very, very clean board, has access to everything at this point, and is dropping down. Might be going vertical on those that row of blues in row number 2. Looks like that might change, though, with that double clear.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to go horizontal. It's quite even with a little bit of a stack already. It's a it's more efficient to go horizontally there. But we're like virus for virus. Dawn down to 2. John Flindo out just under 2 minutes, but here comes Dawn with this red blue. He's going to be out at 2:04, just 4 seconds difference going through the first level, and we're at the top of our level 11. John Flindo, not a lot of reds to work with. Dawn with a much more diverse looking board, but nowhere to put that red yellow. Makes a bit of garbage early. We'll see how he recovers from that.
Yeah, absolute ton of yellow for Flindo from the jump there, but he's managed to make it work. Gets a one pill triple, already down to 37 here. Don Venier rarely playing from behind. Don has been having just an absolute stellar year, both on the versus and speed side, trying to make this close here. But Flindo is starting to pull away here. 31 viruses, even though he's running out of yellow to access and pretty much out of yellow with that double clear in column number 8. He's down to 28 viruses here. Might open up the door for Don to rally here and catch up.
Yeah, Don has a lot of setups that he's been working on. He finally clears out a bit of garbage, and he just needs a little bit of blue help to kind of open up his color diversity. But he's got a lot of 2s and 3s already set up. Takes a little bit of drop time, but keeps the board clear. Meanwhile, John Flindo with this big cascading drop combo, down to just 21 viruses, still holding on to a narrow 2 to 3 virus lead. But Don's coming back with a bunch of doubles at the bottom of this board.
And Don has taken the virus lead right now. And we can say the lead as these players started at about the same time here. So Don has been managing to rally back here. But I think Flindo is just looking for some setups here, maybe going for a potential combo. If you see these blues on that left-hand side. Oh, but he misflipped. Oh, that's a big misflip on that left-hand side of the board. That could really open things up, but a good recovery, getting a little bit of that back. It is 11-7 here as these players just crossing the 3-minute, 45-second mark.
Yeah, Don setting up for this cool looking horizontal with this red at the bottom. That's going to drop the yellows into place to clear out that yellow on column 8. Here comes the red and here comes the yellow, but he's got the blues kind of in an awkward spot. He's going to set up the reds on 8 to go horizontally as well. Gets a nice time double red rush out at 4:11. John Flindo down to his final 6, but he's kind of got that red buried in column 7. Let's see how he manages to dig that one out.
If I'm Flindo here, I'm looking to maybe look for that blue horizontal over in row number 5, and then maybe bring some yellows down to open things up. But also got to focus on that left-hand side as well. Don is going to work here. Not a lot of access to yellow here early on his 12, so looking to just make some situations work. Love that play to open up the board a little bit. That horizontal was really smart. 40 viruses to go here for Don Venier. 6 to go on 11 for Flindo as he's still struggling to get out of that really tough misdrop from earlier.
Yeah, the misdrops kind of cascade as you try to do things as efficiently as you can to recover. And in this case, the pill order just didn't quite work for that, and he's still trying to dig his way out. He's going to take a little horizontal drop combo, but that red on the bottom in column 7 still not open, and he's got no easy path to it. He's going to have to dig out vertically here with this red yellow. That is absolutely what we're going to see, and he's going to be out. But he's going to be almost a minute behind as Don is just cruising through this level 12.
Yeah, just an absolute tough break there for Flindo. Yeah, wow, indeed, as Flindo gets out at just south of 5:30. He has a big chase down, 26 viruses, but making some good clears early here, getting some short stacks, minimizing his drop time. Going to get another 4 off the board here, and suddenly he's making this a little bit more competitive as Don trying to get something going here in his end game.
Yeah, but that nice drop combo is going to clear everything out. These yellows, he's absolutely signaling that he wants to take all of these yellows on the bottom row out at once with this horizontal. Let's see how he manages to do that, though. Oh, he's going to set up the yellows in column 1 to drop down with another. If he gets another red piece, he still needs to clear out this red in row 4, which is what he's starting to work on now.
Yeah,
There it
Flindo
is.
trying to make this a competitive run here. Going to get this red rush, use it to his advantage, getting some more off the board here. Don down to his final few here. Going to get this good combo. I love this. Going to get another red and then a blue. He's going to be out at 6 minutes and 37 seconds here. Excuse me, Flindo one level away, or excuse me, Don one level away here from taking an early lead.
Yeah, but Flindo has absolutely cruised through his level 12. He's down to just he's was taking almost a minute deficit and down to just like a dozen or so viruses. So if Dawn has a bit of an a nice little tuck and swim there, very cool from John Dat Flindo. He's down to just 5 viruses. If Dawn has a bit of an awkward level, John Dat Flindo can absolutely still catch up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dawn is having a pretty good time here on 1339 viruses to go. And if we're going to talk about swims, you all need to watch Ramsey's swim from earlier in this tournament. It was we screamed in my personal Discord about it. And Flindo added a 723. He does have a chase down of 22 viruses. So all things said, he actually has made a bit of a recovery in pace. So all to play for here, and he could really just play incredibly efficiently here and keep this one close. It is 30 to 49 here as we are just near 8 minutes.
Big combo, big drop cross from Don. John Dat Flindo out of that level 12 in under 2 minutes, which is a great time for anything. Anytime you're getting out of a level over 10 in under 2 minutes, that's a great time. But Don Venya with another big cross makes a little bit of yellow garbage, but
Oh,
he's
look
going
at
to
this
use
combo.
that for
Look
a
at this combo
horizontal.
from Flindo.
Ooh,
Boom,
big
boom,
fun.
boom, down to 37. Oh, I was watching him slowly build that. It was just nice to see him execute it.
Yeah, but Don Venya down to his final 7. He's got just 1 red virus and getting a bit of a red blitz. That's going to end with the red yellow, and he's going to open up that red on the bottom. Red blue going to be timely there. He's got just 4 to go, and they're pretty open. He's going to take this blue. He's going to use the blue first, and yeah, he's going to maximize his use of blue and going to take it out in a fancy drop clear. 840 for Don Venier as he takes game number 1. But John Dat Flindo, you know, uh, making a real game out of that after that kind of unfortunate level 11 for him.
Yeah, it was a tough 11, but I really love the recovery he made. And I mean, he's still building some just really nice combos here. And not like, I wouldn't be down about it. You're going to make a misplay from time to time. It's just about how you face that adversity later on in the match. So I don't think Flindo is going to be too down on himself here. He's just going to want to bounce back and make it competitive for game number 2, as he is going to try to close things out here, maybe, or he is going to reset. All right.
I think he wanted a fun, fancy out to that. And
Yeah.
it just didn't quite work out. But
also, can we give a shout out to Flindo's sweater game right now? That's some
is that
great
Darth
ugly
Vader?
sweater action right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Flindo's saying that 11, and I think we're all in agreement there. That was all of us right there in that moment. We have ready, so let's go into it. Game 2 here, Don Venier versus John Dat Flindo in our semifinals here. Can Don get to his first ever title match? We'll find out here in a few short minutes as these players both off on the jump here, and good setups early for both.
Yeah, John F. Lindo, not a lot of uses for yellow right now. He's going to have to deal with a bit of garbage, but getting a little bit of a nicely timed red and blue rush. Don Venier playing at the very top of the board trying to deal with his own garbage. Both players a little bit of a rough start, but it looks like they're cleaning up their board, and it's still just, it's very early, but it's a quick 5 virus lead for John F. Lindo as but he does still have to clean up this yellow from the top.
And Flindo also just doesn't have a lot on that extreme left side, just the 1 red virus. Meanwhile, Dawn is making a setup here, and I think he's waiting for red, and he's just going to go ahead and take that play. I think that's the right play there. Get some color diversity on the board. 28 to 27 here. Good combo here by Dawn. Going to get a couple more over. Love to see a double red for him so he could just get 3 off in column number 7. Flindo down to 21 here. Flindo is just having to declutter what's just a cube of viruses in that lower right section. And, we talk about spires, but you have those like just big grids of viruses. And sometimes that RNG doesn't work out for you. You really got to get creative when you are dealing with those, Ramsey.
Yeah, when you've got the pills working in your favor, you can make some really fun things happen. But when they aren't working in your favor, you really have to get creative and try to make clears without making garbage. Which John F. Lindo, all his garbage is on the left, so there's no issue there. But he needs just a fistful of blues to get through this. He'd love to take some horizontals here. He'd love to take these blues desandwich. There's a lot of options, but he just isn't quite getting them. as Don
Yeah.
Venier takes a nice drop combo to be out sub 2 minutes, 155.
Yeah, and Flindo just a little bit behind here. I liked how he tangled through that web of blues. Saved himself that double horizontal for last there, out at a 206. Also a great time here. Just a 5 virus deficit going into level number 11.
Yeah, and just 5 seconds between the two players, and a nice looking setup there with that horizontal for the Reds. Don Venier is really got some great looking plays. I love the look of these blues kind of in the center of his board. John DeFlindo, meanwhile, has a bit of no use for blues, or had a bit of no use for blues early, and he had to take some garbage. But it looks like with this pill, he's going to be completely clean
Oh,
again.
big blue combo right there, almost an F-Zero level of big blue in the middle of the board there for Don Venier, down to 20 viruses here as he is scorching through his level 11 here, looking to get some yellow help on that left side. Pretty good everywhere else, loving this triple combo, going to get a double as well, setting up for a red horizontal in row number 1, and now the drill down to get some red access as well on the higher parts of the board for Don here. 10 viruses to go for Don, and Flindo is going to be down under 20 viruses here, and he's got himself a pretty decent looking endgame, Ramsey.
Yeah, he had some really cool tucks to kind of that right side of the board was quite a bit higher than the left, so he was facing some real steep drop time, but made some really clever ordering and some nice tucks. Really turned that into some great combos. He is down to just 11, Dawn down to 3. Dawn a bit in need of the blue first, but gets the blue yellow, perfect timing, out at 341, a pair of sub 2 minute levels, and he has taken quite a bit of a lead as we're starting our level 12.
Yeah, you can't really beat efficiency here, and Dawn is just playing incredibly efficiently. 47 viruses to go here, but Flindo's just needing some reds, and he's got himself a great endgame position here, minimizing the drop time, just needing one more red. Where's the red? Where's the red? Where's the red? We need a Cincinnati amount of reds here for John Dat Flindo. There's the double red, and out at a 414. Shout out to Milwaukee.
So it looks like it's about a 30-second or so deficit heading into level 12, but these levels take over 2 minutes at a time, so there's quite a bit of room to catch up. Don has completely hollowed out the middle of his board, so he's on the edges only, so he's going to have to be careful with drop time. Meanwhile, John DeFlindo with a really nice looking board if he can find some use for some blues.
Yeah, those funnel situations are always a bit of a challenge here, but a fat log right in the
That
center of
log.
the board for Don Venier, getting him down to under 20 viruses here, and still pretty good setup, pretty good board state here for Don Venier, and a great board state here as well for Flindo. Just a little bit of garbage over on the right side in column 7, but still making some good plays here. Might be setting up for that double horizontal over in row number 6.
Yeah, he absolutely is going to set up for this yellow horizontal, so the red can drop down and not have to use it as garbage. John F. Lindo has cut the deficit down to just 10 viruses here with another big combo, but Dawn with a big yellow cross. Both players looking to get out of this level 12 into the final level in a hurry.
Yeah, Flindo's just absolutely been playing out of his mind. He's eyeballing those doubles, eyeballing those combos, and really just making smart plays here. Just has that little bit of garbage bridging himself in columns 4 and 5, but getting that off the board now. Now it's free and clear. But Dawn going into 13 at under 6 minutes, playing out of his mind here, looking to make this a 2-0 match.
At the top of Don's board looks pretty good to me. Looks like he has places for every pill for the moment. We'll see if that continues as we get to the end of the board. John F. Lindo, though, down to just 5, and unfortunately not going to be able to take the blues simultaneously like he might have wanted to, but it is free and clear, and he's going to be out very shortly.
Just needing 3 blues. Meanwhile, Dawn playing an L and then getting another red off the board. He is 36 away from securing a 2-0 lead. Great combo there. Flindo out at a 622. It is a chase down of 23 viruses. Can Flindo do it? He's going to say, I hope so, with an immediate quad clear out the gate.
Big clears there, and also very clever to not have to take that yellow as garbage. He's getting a lot of yellow, doesn't have a lot of great places for it, so he's trying to use these horizontals, trying to utilize this horizontal drop combo that you'll see a lot in verses, but they're just as good here to try to minimize your garbage. But he's gonna have
Meanwhile,
to take some because he just has nowhere to put it.
Meanwhile, Don Venier here down to 18 viruses here. A little bit of a sticky situation. Not a lot of yellow help for him. Going to start just clearing maybe from the bottom up. And might be setting up for that horizontal. I like this decision. It's going to be a bit of a cheeky build to get up there, but Don is the player of the year for a reason.
Yeah, but he's getting this double red rush, which he really wants to stick something underneath this red so he can kind of use it. Yeah, there we go. So he can kind of use it as a little bit of a bridge. But he's all in on column on a column number 1 here. He's gonna have to clear this out. But I think he's built up enough of a lead that it looks like he's gonna take this, assuming he does get some blue at some point.
Yeah, and he'll also either need to clear out the garbage in column 4 or go vertical. I assume he'll go vertical here. It just seems like the logical play, especially with that yellow or red drop down. The double yellow gonna lock it down, and it's a 2-0 lead for Don Venier as he is looking to punch his ticket to the grand final.
Yeah, John Deflindo with a nice looking time. He's going to be out well under 9 minutes here. Got some nice setups here with this blue horizontally at the bottom. It's going to be under 8:30, assuming he gets just a couple of. Oh, he's going to go for both of them at once. That's nice. Oh, but he gets the double
Oh, there it
yellow,
is.
so he doesn't have to clear it. 8:24. So about a 30-second game. That one, and again, just like one little hiccup in one level can be enough if both players are on their game.
Yeah, and Flindo is the 4 seed here, and he's, we have that most improved player, but I would say Flindo's, right up there in that conversation for most improved player. Like we're seeing him consistently in those semifinals now. He's just exploded over the past year and a half or so. So well deserved here being in the semifinal. Just got to win 3 in a row here, punch his ticket to the grand final. We've got the countdown 3, 2, 1, and pills. Don Venier looking to make it a sweep. John Dat Flindo looking to force a game 4. Here we go.
Out of the gate, big horizontal from Don Venier. He does not have anywhere to put red blue, so he's going to be hoping to dodge that for just a little bit. John Deflindo with a much more diverse looking board, and he is off. Both players basically tied here in the very, very early part of the board. Don Venier still trying to get through the very top layer with a nice looking combo there, and he's really set up to clear out all his
Wow.
garbage. Very nicely done.
Great play from Don there. He's was tackling with a big yellow cluster. But right now it is the lead for John Dat Flindo, and he is not going to take the fat log. Interesting choice. I thought he was going to take the fat log. Maybe he is going to do a vertical cross now, and I think that is what he's going to do. He is down to 15 here, scorching through, getting another combo. Not a lot of access for blue. He'll get a little drill down setup and get a tuck clear and then a double clear. And will he go for the horizontal double? He will, down to 7 here, a minute into his board.
Yeah, not taking that fat log meant that he didn't have like 4 whole pieces of yellow garbage. And Don Venier similarly did not take a fat log, or I don't remember if it was a fat log or an L or something, but also passed up a combo to prevent a bunch of garbage. Using your pills efficiently,
Wow.
very important to both these players. John Deflindo at a 131, a very level 6 looking time, but here we're a level 11, an extra 20 viruses in the same amount of time. He's taken a nice little lead. Don Venier out at a 143. Both of these scorching hot times for level 10.
Yeah, Ramsey, these players just playing out of their minds right now. 48-43 here. It is just a 5 virus chase down for Don Venier. But we need some blue help on Flindo's side. Good color diversity on Don's side here. A little bit of garbage here, but I think with a blue virus clear, this one we're talking right there, we're going to drop everything down, be nice and settled here. 37-36 here. As again, John Dat Flindo looking for blue.
Yeah, John Deflindo just with an absolute glut of blue to get through. He's making combos the best he can, but until he gets enough blue to actually clear out the top of his board, it's just going to be tough going. It looks like he might be like saving that till the end and just trying to do what he can below, and that might work out for him because he has he's still within 2 to 3 viruses of Dawn, who is
Yeah,
absolutely
he's
torching this level 11.
Yeah, and it's a lot to be said here for what Flindo's been doing because he had that big glut of blue and it's just all gone now. 18 to 15 here as now Flindo looking for a little bit of red to help him out. Blue blocking a lot of major parts of the board here, but he's going to manufacture a garbage combo, getting some more viruses off the board and going to get himself a D sandwich clear down to 14 here and good setups here. It is now 14 to 8 here. Looks like both, or rather, Dawn free and clear with 3:17 elapsed on the clock.
Yeah, Dawn is just about 5 blue pills away. He just needs like 1 red at any point, and it gets a blue-red rush to clear out all the blues at once out at 3:31. But John Dafflindo just a few blues away himself. He's got a D sandwich opportunity here with these blues in column 2, which he absolutely has eyeballed immediately. And he is going to be out as soon as he gets, but he needs the reds first. So he's at a bit of the mercy of the doctor as we're trying to get out of this level 11.
But a good set of pills here. Now he's kind of forced here with the clear garbage. He's not. He's going to be out here just north of 4 minutes. 4:04, time not found. It is turned into a dozen virus chase down. Make that a 15 virus chase down as Flindo getting started here halfway through this third game.
Yeah, but John F. Lindo is setting up a nice horizontal, going to use this yellow as strategic garbage. He's set up the yellow in a spot where he could use both yellow red and yellow blue pills, whatever happened to come up next. He's definitely eyeballing this T here on these blues. He's got to have to be efficient and maybe get a little help to get everything out just the way he wants it to. Definitely eyeballing this. Yeah, he's going to manufacture this big cross clear, completely garbage free. John F. Lindo, though, still about uh, over 20 viruses behind now as Don
Yeah.
Venier is just not stopped for a breath. He is absolutely wanting to put this away right now.
Yeah, and it's just Flindo is playing as well as he can. He's not been making a lot of mistakes, just really rough board states for him. And Don's just been managing to get through anything thrown at him here. 7 viruses to go here as Don getting himself a slant log and now dropping that final yellow down. So looks like here with this just the 4 and now 3 and now 2. And going to get this garbage clear here. And Dawn is going to go into the final level. 5.5 minutes elapsed here. Still holding on to a big lead, looking to put this away.
Yeah, but that endgame took a little bit of time, and John F. Lindo has made it again about a dozen virus game. He's got a little bit of blue garbage, clears it out with a nice horizontal. He is looking to. He would love to take these reds out and across, but I just think the garbage is just not going to quite work out for that. So he's got some. He still has some double opportunities though, with his blues and these reds, and he is absolutely looking to be as efficient as he can. But top of Dawn's board, he is pretty color diverse. It doesn't look like he's going to have a lot of hiccups. He's got some drop time building up, but keeping his pills open is going to be a good sign for him as he's into his final level. John at 6:17, top of his board, pretty diverse as well, but he's going to have to make something special happen.
He's got a lot of doubles in that center of the board, so it's really going to come down to just how quickly he wants to get through it. He's drilling down. I think he knows he's playing behind here, so he's just trying to go as quickly as he can. He has the horizontal option open here, and it looks like he might abandon it. Looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here. That is going to block the double clear in column 5. So a little bit of a difficulty there, but Flindo could still work through this here. 41 to 18 years. We're just at the 7-minute mark. Dawn looking for a horizontal yellow and is going to get it, and now has another quick combo play and a horizontal play as well if he wants to take it. And looks like he will. Looking maybe for a red blue and going to go for a slant log perhaps. And there it is, slant log. 8 viruses to go here for Don Venier. Flindo trying to make this a match here. 27 to go for him.
Yeah, like you said, those doubles in the middle of the board have all but disappeared. He's down to just a couple of those double combos left. He took basically every single one of them, and we are down to just. But it's still a 20 virus game. Don Venier down to just a handful of yellows, but he needs them first. The reds not going to do him any good until he gets these yellows.
5 viruses to go here. Where are those yellows for Don Venier? And we don't need yellows here for John Dat Flendo. Good play in here by both players and a good drop down play as well. Oh, Flendo had opportunities, but nothing good there. But it is it. That is it. 750 over for Don Venier. Going to put him into his first ever Grand Championship final.
Absolutely well earned from Don Venier. I I believe all 3 times were, sub 8 minutes. Definitely the last 2 were, and, I mean, that's absolutely the gold standard time, beating all 4 levels, averaging under 2 minutes a level. Any time under 2 minutes on any of these levels is good. Doing it all 4 levels 2 games in a row is why Don Venier, our player of the year, has, punched his ticket to the finals. GG's to John Dafflinda in 8:32, all also excellent, excellent times.
Yeah, and that's it for me here for the gold bracket. I'll see you for silver. Hope you all have a great holiday. We will see you over for silver. It will be Ramsey and Betty or John Dat Flendo bringing you our next semifinal, Adelito versus Influx. It's only like, I think we were looking the second or third time they've ever met outside of the finals. It's going to be a good one. We'll see it on the other side. This is the DRMC.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sunday at the DRMC 2025 Championships. I'm Ramsey Fox, and I'm joined with Betty B. And before we get started with our second semifinal, Betty, I'm going to throw it over to you to introduce our moment of the year.
Yeah, thank you, Ramsey, and thank you, everybody. This moment was very special for a lot of reasons, and I'm so glad to be presenting this moment of the year to the all women Dr. Mario extravaganza that we had just earlier last month in the DRMC championship for Versus. We had Pangolin and Perula show lining. We had me and Savage on comms. We had Sassy doing the judging. It was just such an awesome experience to be part of this community that does have these women that are so strong in what they do and able to provide that. So that was moment of the year as voted on by all of you. And thank you so much for letting me present that too. So just coming full circle. So Ramsey, with that though, let's see some other amazing players here. We have Influx and Adelito, which we have seen the past 3 years in our finals. So, and this is a semifinal match. What do you make of this one?
So in 2024, Influx won in the finals in 2023. Adelito won in the finals in 2022. Influx won in the finals of the year-end bracket. This is one of our greatest speed rivalries. This is the 10th time these two have met, and this is only the third time that it wasn't in the finals. These two are absolute pillars of the speed community. Adelito, the current world record holder of 0 to 10, second place in 0 to 20, uh, multiple time monthly champion, year end champion, Influx, multiple time year end champion. These two are as good as it gets, and getting to see them here in the semifinals, this is going to be a real treat.
Yeah, their skill means just our eyes glued to our computer screens or TV screens or wherever you're watching from. This is going to be one to watch, one to remember for sure. We get our readies in chat from our players, and we're going to have that countdown coming up here. And I'm just excited to call it with you, Ramsey.
Absolutely. We do have our readies, and we have the countdown in the chat. 3, 2, 1, pills. As both players out of the gate, 10 to 13, best of 5, early early board. Dawn, or not Dawn. Dawn was. We'll see Dawn again in a minute. Early board. Adelito taking some nice combos here with this red yellow. Going to do a nice little tuck there, but he's got a lot of blues to get through. Meanwhile, Influx has cleared out all of his blues, and he's going to have to deal with some any blue he gets is going to end up being strategic garbage. Both players having a bit of a rough board at the start as it deals with color diversity, but Adelita with a nice drop combo.
Yeah, and on Influx's side, you see he's navigating that column six that he had a little bit of trash on, and so he's made some moves that he doesn't want to dig down too far because that is just going to mean that. But he ended up making a great move in bringing that down, and now the trash is no longer existing. He's still using some of that trash as clears, so Influx definitely making something out of a misdrop, which is what you want in the game. But while we were looking at Influx, Adelito is, oh wow, one of his patented drop clears that you don't see it until you do, and then it's all gone. Like the viruses just melt away.
Yeah, Adelito holding out as long as I believe he's going to be holding out as long as he can for this double yellow. He'd love to get that L
Hmm.
there. Let's see if he sets up on top of it. He does not set up on top of it. He could have gone super greedy. He does get the double yellow eventually before it's too late and takes a nice double there. Setting up, he would love now a double blue to clear out all those horizontals. It's one of the
Now I will
hallmarks of
say,
Adelito's
oh, go
play
ahead.
is absolutely holding out for the best case scenario and getting it more often than not.
I will say Adelito is a somebody who I believe listens to chat, so you might have given him that wonderful idea because I didn't see it. But that said, these two players making the moves they need to. Influx needing a little bit of yellow help here to finish out this level 10, and Join Adelito already starting on his level 11. Just needing some yellows to have a drop clear, probably taking those blues horizontally if the pills provide. And there we go. Needing one more yellow is Influx in order to get into this. But wow, huge cross from Adelito. I just look over and wow, it took 6 viruses off of the board. It was crazy. And I think we might have some technical difficulties on Ramsey's side. So I will just keep on going here. You can see that Adelito is setting up for this horizontal with this blue in the midsection of his board and just waiting for a blue-red to take that down in the way that won't break it. Here it comes. You'll see it. Beautiful play, drop clear, decides to just continue on trying for that. But on Influx's side, we're seeing another drop clear here in the middle of his board with those reds or the blues and yellows.
Yeah, thanks for covering while my
Yep.
microphone decided to take a nap. Yeah, we've got a nice looking board here for Adelito. He has cruised through this level 11. Cool little tuck there. He really wants to get these reds horizontally here on row 3. And he also wants to get those yellows horizontally. He's got a lot of plans that he wants to get all at the same time. It's going to be a bit tough. Here comes the red.
Wow. Yeah, he's just needing a little bit more yellow and then a yellow-red combination. And this is just going to be very, very pretty on Adelito's side. But while we say that, Influx has brought this back to very, very close. He is just, well, before that massive combo by Adelito. But Influx, wow, lovely play. Sets up for a horizontal blue. Doesn't need to actually take the horizontal blue. Just needing 2 blues to get out. Made up a lot of time with this 11.
Yeah, a really, really clever end game from Influx. Out at 418, Adelita with this nice long drop combo. Lots of drop time, but it's completely clean. He's not afraid of the drop time if it keeps his options completely open with no garbage. So the top of his board now, he's made it to the second layer. Still pretty diverse. Not a ton of places for yellow, but he has some yellow garbage strategically made already and opens up some yellow right there. Very nice play from Adelito. Influx is also, but this
Look at
double
that.
yellow, perfect
Yes.
timing. A little bit of garbage for him as well, but his board's looking great after just a little bit of cleanup, and his board's going to be looking great.
One of the things that I notice of these top level players is they're not afraid to maybe remove a pill that, yeah, it's in the right spot, but it's not advantageous for, limiting that drop time. And so they're all about board health as opposed to like, not wasting any pill halves. And I really think that they're just able to make those determinations and do what's best for the board, and they're showing that here. Influx, wonderful drop clear on Influx's side, bringing this to just maybe 15. I can't calculate. Yeah, about 15 viruses between the two.
Yeah, it's really an all of the above scenario. It's like you don't want to waste pills, but you also don't want drop time, but you don't want garbage. But the
Yep.
best players can decide which is the better, what the lesser of the evils, as it were.
Yep.
Adelito out at 548 into his level
Wow.
13. He's looking to take a game 1 lead, but watch out for this giant combo from Influx that he's cooking up here.
Oh, I've been waiting.
Boom!
I've been
Huge drop combo from Influx. Takes about 8 viruses off at once. He's down to just 4 of his own. He's going to be behind, but he's not going to be too far behind as he is looking to. Oh, yellow red is
look.
perfect.
Yes.
Very well sequenced out at 617. It's about a 20-30 second gap, but these are long levels. Anything can happen here as we go into our level 13.
And one of the things Influx really did show there is the versatility of not being so focused on one move that you're looking for and missing a possible better move or a quicker move later on. And so that was just an awesome adjustment that he was able to do to get into this level 13 the way he needed to. But that said, Adelito putting the pills where they need to drop all of this down, keeping a very level board, which is so hard in these later levels, and just doing it masterfully.
Yeah, but he's really, really in need of a lot of red.
Yes.
Every row has a red virus on top, except for this blue all the way in column 7. So he's got to get red. This double red, is this going to go in column 8? It is. So opens up some, includes a lot of red actually in a hurry. But meanwhile, Influx is trying to catch up. He's got just a half a level to do it, and Adelito is clearing out his board. So we'll see if he can manage it. He's got a lot of doubles on the left-hand side. We'll see what Influx can come up with. But Adelito down to just his single digits.
Oh,
Would
nice.
love a fat log for him. We'll see if it shows up.
Yeah, Influx is just making these micro adjustments at the last minute, and you can see his head shake, but he knows what he needs to do, and he just is executing it. And while the speed might need to follow. Oh wow! And Adelito just finished his level 13 at a 752. We'll take this first crown, but Influx really tried to get that back and was making some good work there through level 11 into 13, but just not enough for this first crown.
Yeah, Adelito with a very clean end game. Saw the fat log, took it, saw how to get the horizontals to drop without. That's some really good vision. If like one big tip to level up is if you're looking at horizontal combos more, start trying to look like a level up and down to make sure that your combos aren't going to break your future combos. Influx doing or Adelito doing it perfectly, getting out of that level in under 8 minutes. Crown 1 to Adelito, but Influx absolutely is hungry for game 2.
Yeah, and
We got to get
Influx.
ready for maybe 4 more of these, Betty.
Yeah. Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready for 5 more if they want to keep playing after
Let's
it.
do
Like
it.
I'm fine. Like I'm all in. But we do have that 3-2-1 and pills, and our players are gonna get off here. But Influx in chat did say, feeling the colors are moving around, and this game is kind of an endurance. After a while, the colors sometimes do just mess with you, and so being able to focus on something for this long is a trial to all of these players, and they're doing it great. Right there, Adelito did have a little bit of some trouble working through that top line, but now it's really clean and really efficient plays on his end.
Yeah, he would love to get these yellows in some sort of cross. He needs basically exactly a double yellow to make this work. He's going to put the yellow blue, not tuck it in, so that he can set a little bridge for him to build that cross. Very well done. But Influx out to a quick early lead. He had a huge cross clear of his own at the top of the board. He needed a double yellow and got it, and turned that into about a handful of virus lead. It's still early going, just at the 1 minute mark. Both players already down to the end of their board. We're barely a minute into it.
Yeah, and look at this horizontal. Oh my goodness, that was so great. And then it sets up for these blues for Influx. That was an amazing play across the board, horizontal almost. And now he only has 5 viruses left in this level, and continuing to put the pressure on Adelito. But as we all know, that is also a time when Adelito shines, is when the pressure is on. But Influx is taking it out at a 136 for this first level.
Yeah, Adelito needing just a handful of yellows, needs 2 more yellows. Here's 1, a little bit of extra clear there. Here's 2, 150. So not much in it as we're going into level 11. At Influx with a bit of red garbage opens that up. He's got some color diversity issues, not a lot of places for blues. Adelito also not a lot of places for, not a ton of places for red. Opens up some more here with that big clear though. And Adelito is down, cut the lead to just a handful, just 2 seconds you're looking at it.
Yeah, but Influx is just everything in its place. You could see the forward vision he has. Look at that play. That's exactly the pill he needed in order to bring this down. And just the quick playing of these players, not only the quick thinking, but the quick playing and making sure that they get exactly where they need to be. These two players are doing that. But look at this for Influx. He is setting up for maybe a fat log, maybe also has the possibility of taking that as a drop horizontal. Decides to set up what looks like for the fat log, does get it. Just efficient plays all around and not wasting a pill half.
And he said he left himself open on this column
Hmm.
too for a variety of different options. He had cross options, he had T options. He ended up going with just I think a more
Look at
straightforward, less
this.
combo heavy version, but a nice big drop multicolor L. That's the kind of vision that you need to be compete at this level.
Oh,
Influx down to just 4 viruses. Uh, the horizontal may not have gone exactly the way he wanted to, but Influx is down to just 2, but Adelito down to just 3. We've got a 1 virus game at the end of 11.
yeah, you could really see what they were trying to do, and it's just sometimes that's where the simple plays are always a little bit better, just because you can kind of see what's happening. Look at this
Big drop
by
finish.
Adelito. Speaking of not simple, that took a lot of buildup, but it worked out perfectly to get him into this level 12.
Yeah, but also not simple. Influx with a cool multicolor L at the top of the board. Very impressive to get those uh, interesting drop combos at the very top of the board. He does not have a lot of places for red, and he's going to have to open them up and be careful with the red he does get. A big cross lets him tuck one more red, get him one more place to put a red piece, as it is just a 3-2-1 virus game. Both players absolutely racing through the end of or through the middle of this level 12.
Yeah, and both have a primarily blue top line, as you see in a lot of Adelito's columns. They're all blue, and what they're doing with this is kind of masterful of just being able to um, maneuver around the pills that are there and try and get to the other colors to make that diversity happen for
Look
them.
at this
And
combo from
oh,
Adelito. Very clear. I was trying to figure out what he was doing, and I didn't see it until like
uh-huh.
almost the last second what he was holding out for. Uh, he's got a little bit of yellow to deal with. I'm interested to see how he decides to take it out. It looks like he's gonna maybe do a T here with these blues. That's exactly what he's setting up for.
Yeah,
So a
I
big
think
T, and that's going to open up the yellow to relieve some of that garbage pressure. But Influx
yeah,
down to just 7. This is neck and neck, Betty.
yeah, this is very, very close, and both of these players uh, are seeing the vision, seeing the end game. You can see Influx is deciding to take that red down below as a horizontal, which is a great play because now he has the capability of building up the yellow, and this double red, perfect. Needing two more yellows to get out, but now look at Adelito charging back again. Just a handful of viruses between these two. Adelito may be taking a little bit more off that level 12 because this is neck and neck within a few seconds of each other.
Not just a few seconds, Betty, 1 second on the timer
Wow.
difference as we're into our final level. A tie game, no chase down. It is pill for pill here. Top of this board. Adelito with a pretty diverse board. He's got places for all the colors. Nice little horizontal. Influx, a bit of a gap in columns 2 and 3. He's going to have to be careful to avoid drop time because every second is crucial here. This game could not be closer.
And you could see that he kind of acknowledged what you were saying of seeing that, oh, I'm going too hard on the left-hand side. I probably need to go, or the right-hand side. I know directions. But I need to actually focus on this other hand, so I can not have a bunch of drop time. And those are the decisions that, again, you have to make split second while you're here in the tournament. And Adelito has taken the lead from Influx now, though, and so this is neck and neck, but Adelito brought it back.
He had a sequence there of just a couple of cool cross combos right in a row, and he's taken a 7, looks like all now over 10 virus lead. Just the middle of his board absolutely melted away, but he's got this kind of awkward blue yellow. that I'm not sure if that is meant to be there. That's going to be kind of blocking his
Hmm.
reds at the bottom of the board here, looking down to the future.
It,
Influx
it
is trying to catch up, and he's brought it all the way back to just now almost a tie game. But he's got a lot of doubles at the board, bottom of this board too. Let's see what happens at the end of this game. Huge T from Adelito, but his red is kind of awkward. He would love to get that as doubles.
And I could see the play that Adelito was trying to go for, and the pills just were not coming in that way. But this is maybe going to give the look at this foresight from Influx, just needing a blue. Let's see if the doc gives it to him. But Adelito having what he needs. He needs one more red. Oh, but Influx takes it with a 758, and Adelito right behind with an 801. But this is now a tie match. We have a crown to Adelito, a crown to Influx. This is what the Crows want. We're not quite to that decider yet, but this is the next step to it. Yes.
Adelito, breathe, please. You have to breathe. You cannot hold your breath for 8 minutes. Influx, you cannot hold your breath for 8 minutes. Both of you need to breathe. We we need more games out of both of you, please. Influx literally pounding on his heart to maybe
Yeah.
restart it. If
Make sure, yeah.
EMTs are not on standby, you need to take care of yourselves, please.
Well, we have Mama Influx, Mama Bear in chat, so I'm sure she'll be right over to Influx
okay,
if
okay.
needed. So we have family in chat for Influx, and I don't know, a trip to Turkey might take a little bit for me, but I'll be there for you, Adelito. You just wait, okay? Hold on.
Well, both players say they're ready. I don't know if we're ready, but we're getting a countdown anyway.
We have to be, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Pills. Game 3 coming right at you. I love both of these boards. There's a lot of doubles available for everybody. Doubles for however you want, but not a lot of blue access. So Influx is going to make his own blue access to kind of get some use out of these blue-yellow pills that he was getting early. Adelito, a pretty similar story. Both players have absolutely no access to blue right now, having to make garbage of their own. But nice short stacks. Both players really cruising through the first part of this board, despite a bit of color diversity issues.
Yeah, I can see it,
Oh,
Influx like.
what a
Oh, go ahead.
clever setup from
What did you see?
Influx. The way he dropped these blues to create this big T and a big
Yep.
drop combo, completely free of garbage. Really well done from Influx. He unfortunately that yellow red maybe not exactly what he wanted, but he's got a small 2-virus lead as a nice little tuck from Adelito, bringing it right back. Taking a 3-virus lead of his own. Both players are neck and neck here at the start of this level. We're just getting started, and
Yeah.
I'm already out of breath. I haven't caught my breath from last game.
Yeah, they don't tell you how hard it is to do the commentary for all of these great plays that they do. I mean, it takes a lot out of us too, right? But but we love to see it, and we love to bring this action to you, and that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah, gosh, neck and neck here with both of them. Influx doing some good prioritization with the blue in order to make sure that, because he saw the double yellow in the next box, always watching that next box is important. Adelito just needing 2 reds, gets a red, and will be out first at a 144, but Influx maybe right behind with a split second 145.
Yeah, it's like maybe a 1-second difference, maybe. There's a reason both these players have played in the final so many times. They're very evenly matched, very great start for both players, and this really cool looking setup from Adelito. He would love a red yellow to kind of bring it down, but it came a little late, so he's got a bit of garbage now to deal with. Influx with a bit of yellow garbage to deal with. Now red garbage. He has a very blue top line. He's got to create some color diversity here, which is what he's doing. Adelito has his board is just so like each color has its own spot on the board. The middle has a bunch of blues and the bottom has a bunch of blues too. This is maybe going to be a tough end game for both players, as look at all the blue on the right side for Influx.
Yeah, but he has been doing like some great forward-thinking plays, not wasting any pill has. I bet he wanted to actually tuck that under. I'm not sure, but I bet he wanted to tuck that under to where he could actually retain the blue and the yellow piece. But again, this is This is very, very close, but Influx took a slight lead here of 3 viruses at the moment, and now clearing out that level or that 8 for all these blues, and he can actually build on the top of it as well with reds. Decides not to do that, and that's good because he's still making very, very quick work of that, needing one more blue, and you'll see that everything falls into place for Influx.
Yeah, great foresight to. He had that red in kind of an awkward spot where he couldn't finish a combo from above. He had to go from underneath, which meant doing it in a specific order. So good foresight for Influx to not accidentally break his own combo there. Adelito having to dig his last piece out a bit, but he is right behind, just needing one more yellow pill. He is going to be out at a 348, and it looks like he has a 15 virus chase down. But these levels have a lot of viruses. There's a lot of time left to be made up. Influx with a bit of a sloped board. It's not too sloped, and he's working on it right now. He's got a, a bit of a blue problem though with this garbage.
Yeah, but you'll see that it will fall where it needs to, but he is probably going to be waiting for a red, like he is dependent on that red blue, which decides to take it here. So it didn't take too long for that dependency to actually come true for him, but Adelito is trying to charge back and make this a game, and just within 7 viruses now, so already making work of that.
Yeah, and Influx has a bit of a spire here in column 7. Elects to bring it down with a little bit of drop time, but there's just no other way to do it. You have to do the drop time because he's got these doubles set up underneath it, these reds followed by those yellows there in column 6. Adelito would love to get some doubles here at the bottom of his board as well. He's going to need to open up the yellows in the bottom right. He's saving that blue-red near the top of his board, but he has nowhere really to put yellows right now, so he's got to be really careful with it. At Influx with a nice drop combo to use some otherwise unneeded garbage pills. Very nicely done. It was about a 15 virus chase down. It's now down to about 8. So Adelito making a bit of a comeback here as he's got a nice looking end to his board as well.
Yeah, a masterful play by Influx in order to retain these blues and being able to work pills in there. Endgame is so important in these matches of being able to not only play quickly, not only clear the viruses that are of the top of your board, but being able to do so without blocking. Oh my God. Oh, do you see what's happening
Playing
over on Influx's
very
side? Oh my God.
dangerously.
He retained the yellow. Oh my goodness. See, these are the things that floor me that they can do. It's so masterful. Oh, wow.
Betty, you need to breathe too.
I know.
Please be careful.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
Okay, both players into their level 13, the final level of the block. Influx holding on to a small 5 virus lead. He needs to open up some more access to yellows. He's going to do that here with this nice sequence of horizontals to give him some great openings there. A little bit of garbage here in the column 4 and 5. Meanwhile, Adelito with a couple spires, not exactly as clean as he'd like it to be. He's got to make some more garbage. He doesn't have access to any yellow viruses right now, and he's got a lot of blue and red as a result, has a lot of blue and red on the top line. Influx with a much lower looking, flatter board, and that might be exactly the kind of advantage he needs to take this game 3. But Influx has Adelito has a small virus lead. It is neck and neck as we're heading into the final couple dozen viruses.
Yeah, it's so interesting. The virus count doesn't always paint the full picture because there are setups on setups. These players are some of the most advanced of their setups, and it's just you can see the virus count, and then within a second that virus count will change by like 6 viruses, and it will swing back the other way. But right now, Influx taking it back, just proving my point even further of this is just anybody's game at this point, going back and forth. But Influx actually continuing to move forward with that virus. This is the perfect pill to have this wonderful drop horizontal into a drop, just log of pills off of his board.
Yeah, Influx has a completely free and clear board. He would love to get these reds as a T, as an upside down T. That's going to require a very specific sequence. But Adelito down to just a couple of his own. It's going to be down to the doctor. Who's going to get the pills they need first? We've got Adelito needing just one more
Oh my
bloom. He's got a
goodness!
tuck play. He is out at 8:05 and Influx out at 8:08. Oh my goodness, another down to the wire end game situation, and this time it's Adelito taking it by 2 seconds or 2, 3, however many seconds it
This
is.
has been
Oh
a
my goodness, Betty.
3 second this has been 3 seconds deciding these matches, the past 2 matches. This is insane level of playing. These 2 are are at the top of their game, and they are showing it, and I still think this could go either way right now.
Right. We have a hold
Oh,
from the judges. They are going to double check and make sure that the timers were started correctly because that again, it was like maybe 2 seconds difference. And so we're just going to double check to make sure the start and the end were good. Betty, what
uh,
what
uh
semifinals? Holy cow!
I mean, on paper, we knew what we were getting into, and then to see it happen, it's still I feel it every time. I'm like, oh, 3 seconds over here. It's just this wonderful, tennis match between these two, slugging it out, showing us all what they can do, keeping us on the edge of our seats. I know I almost fell off of mine, so I hope I hope you guys are on yours securely as well at home. This is fantastic. Yes.
We
As Adelie or as Gridley said, maybe now it's Influx's turn, the back and forth.
Yeah, we do have a confirmed win
Yep.
for game 3 for Adelito. Got yeah, he got lucky at the end. It it's give and take, right? There's a little bit, one person gets a little lucky one game, one person gets a little lucky the next game. That is why we're playing best of 5 here in the semifinals. And I'm so glad we're playing best of 5. It means we get at least one more, hopefully two more great games just like this. We have readies from both players and a countdown in the chat. 3, 2, 1, pills. Game 4, Betty, let's go.
Yeah, the crows are waiting in the shadows for a game 5, but this great game 4 underway, as you said, and some amazing clears from both of them at the top of their board to bring it down. I really like Adelito's board. It's continuing to break down pretty evenly. It looks like Influx is trying to go for a horizontal. Does take a little bit of trash with what he has set up there. But look at this. He just decided to take a horizontal, which the pills were providing for that. So taking a little bit of that trash off of the board on Influx's side. But Adelito, a super clean eat off of that board right there.
Yeah, Adelito has not had to place a single garbage pill on top of a virus this entire board. He has been playing 100% clean, and that has, but even so, like the straightforward plays, not necessarily the most efficient plays, as it is still like a two virus game, even as clean as it has been. Look at this clever setup
Yep.
with this yellow dropping down one row to make the blue horizontal there.
Yep.
Very nicely done. Uh, and then he's going to probably set up the. Here comes that. He's got reds open on both sides, but a really cool combo from Influx. It is still anybody's game here. Adelito out at 130, very, very strong time. Uh, but here comes Influx needing just one more yellow pill, 139, single digit seconds. We still got 3 levels to go. Anybody's game here, top of the board. Uh, Adelita with a little bit of garbage early gets a little double red rush, recognizes it, and takes it out as a cool tee. Very nicely done. He's going to take the tuck play. What he could have saved for a cross, but he
Hmm.
decides to go with the straightforward tuck play instead. Absolutely do not blame him for that. And he's going to get rewarded with a nice little drop horizontal. But Influx is right behind, just 4 viruses different, and his board completely clean as well.
Yeah, the This is a masterful playing by both of them. I really like how Influx has been tearing down his board very, very evenly, and it looks like there's just a hair of trash on Adelito's side at this moment, but it is in the color of blue, which he also needs a ton of elsewhere on his board. So we will see how that comes back for Adelito. But Influx getting the pills he needs right here, actually even trying to make some efficient plays. You can see him maybe looking for taking that yellow horizontal, decides not to. So he does not need it. And now just needing some red help here.
Nah, he's got all the help he needs. He needs one red. He does not set the red up. He could have set the red up on top of the blue, but he just needs one more red. All of that looked kind of dirty, but that was a very well thought out combo. And Influx out at about 313. Adelito down to his 6 left. He elects not to take the horizontal clear just
And he
trying
won't
to
yet.
save.
With what he had, he didn't want that yellow to drop and clear, because right now he has that pillar of those blues, and he did not want that to take away from that. So he is delaying it, and here we go, taking it all the blues out at the same time to get into this level 12.
Yeah, he did it in the minimum amount of blue pills necessary, is why he was
Hmm.
doing it in that order. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But it has given Influx about a 20 virus lead at the start of level 12, but a lot of double reds available for Influx. We'll see how many of them he can convert, because at that point it's kind of all up to the doc as to how many of those doubles you can get. Here comes a double red. That's going to make a nice drop horizontal. Red yellow going to go on column 3. He's building a bit of a spire here, and not a lot of places to put these blue pills, but a cool drop horizontal, very nicely done. Adelito bringing it back down to now a 15 virus game, but Influx absolutely cruising through this level 12, very clean, but a lot of yellows.
Yeah, like very clean, because he had the color diversity up until around now, and now the color diversity is starting to be very yellow predominant, and so we're hoping that we see that those colors still show up for him. You could see he was probably trying to build a yellow horizontally, decides to kind of scrap that idea. Maybe if he gets a double yellow, it will actually help. And speak of the devil, check in the mail, all that sort of stuff. But yes, love to see a player getting what they need, and Influx capitalizing on that, needing one more blue to get out of this level. But Adelito is charging back here. 15 viruses still between them, so no movement on the count of the viruses, but definitely a lot of movement on his board.
Yeah, he's got no places for blues right now, so he's setting up these blues to make a nice drop cross here. Very nicely done. He's
Wow.
got horizontals open on the reds. That's going to get clear. He would love if he could clear
Ooh.
out.
That was
He
a
is
little
gonna.
bit of a dependency. It's kind of that risk reward type thing. Do you go for the horizontal to retain the blue pill half that you had, or do you go for just stacking it up? And you roll the dice, and sometimes it comes out all ones. So, but again, it's just a handful of pills between these two, and gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, we've got Influx into his final level. This is for his tournament life. He has to come out first if he wants to force a decider. Influx is just 26 viruses away from doing just that. But Adelito's storming back. He wants to end this right here and now. He does not want to have to go through a game 5. He is setting up
Look at this.
these red yellows, a huge combo potential. He is electing to not go for it. Exactly. He did not fully go for it. A nice L from Adelito, but he's got this yellow garbage he has to clear out. He clears it out now. He's got to be careful not to break the game too, because this is a lot of viruses he's about to
Yes.
clear.
That is absolutely the case, and you can see even after the first additional. Oh, here it is. The fireworks happened. That was fantastic, and like exactly what you have to avoid though is that game breakage, and he did just that, and all of the viruses just melted away. But this is now this is Influx's to lose. He just needs 2 more reds to get out of this and take this game, and it does.
Oh my
7-18,
gosh, a
Influx taking it back.
7-18.
Wow.
And
Are they getting
Adelito is
faster, Ramsey? Are
oh,
they
they're getting a
getting
lot
faster?
fast. No, they're getting a lot faster. So if we're gonna have to pull up the hot time sheet here for 10 to 13, a 7-18, just missing the top 20, but very much in the 20s for a hot time. Adelito out at 7:35. That would have won every single crown so far, but not this one. Influx storming back in game 4
Wow.
and earning that win, like no fault of Adelito, no fault of RNG. Influx earned that win, absolutely crushing this 10 to 13 with a
And
sub 720, and the Crows will be fed here in the semifinals. We
they were
have a
waiting in the
game
shadows for
5.
this. They were
That's
waiting
so
in the
ominous
shadows.
having the Crows waiting in the shadows. That's so
And and now they come out wings uh to their sides and say, "Let's
oh my
go."
goodness.
I'm super excited. We have a game 5. We have our Carcaws in chat. We have our 3-2-1 and pills, and let's get ready for the deciding game here between these two.
Early, very, very early board. Influx, not a lot of places to put blues right away. He opens up a little more. Adelito with a nice horizontal drop combo and a great tuck all the way to the left there. A nice, Swan calls it a parking garage situation where it's blocked off, so you can just hold the direction and not have to worry about misplacing it. Uh, it's just neck and neck here in the early goings. Influx doing a great job keeping his colors diverse. Uh, Interested to see what he has planned for these blues, though, that he has put in columns 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Influx is just fallen just a little bit behind as Adelito's board is completely clean.
Yeah, Influx has a lot of setups going on that he's, trying to navigate here, and it is taking just a little bit longer as well. And so all of those pills where he's building up stuff, whereas wow, look at that though play. That was a drop quad, I think, for Influx. And so he knew exactly what he was doing. It just took a little bit longer to get there, but that little bit longer, I mean, this is where the speed comes into play. Those quicker plays end up, being fruitful faster.
Yeah, Adelito with a very clean looking board. He has just this red. He's got this blues open vertically or horizontally. He's going to go probably the horizontal drop combo
Oh,
so that he can
nice.
just finish here with the yellow 135 out. Influx still has about a 10 virus deficit to get out of this board. A very awesome combo there with a nice drop horizontal. He's
Yes.
doing his absolute best to catch up, but that top of the board just a little bit rough. He's got a lot of work to do to make up and a lot of ground to make up, but it's not over yet. We still got 3 levels to go, and Adelito, not exactly the start he was looking for.
Yeah, a lot of color dependency on needing some reds, deciding to just take a drop down, drop clear there, is Adelito. Influx
He
just needing one more
needs a
yellow
double
to,
red or needs to build one.
yeah,
Here
and he's
comes
gonna fabricate it
and he still needs a
eventually. There it
red.
is.
Here it is. A
Wow.
nice big combo, very similar to what very similar kind of combo to what Influx had built in the first level. Really elaborate combo to clear a bunch of viruses. But Influx already storming back. His board looking a lot cleaner so far. Little bit of garbage here, but he cleans it right up. Uh, it's only like a 10 or so virus game. Adelito's board's still not clean.
Yeah, uh, but Influx's board very, very clean to make up for that. So he is definitely going to be making up some time here, though, as he needs to, because he was out quite a bit behind Adelito. I'll get my names right eventually. So, but now having some lack of red access is Influx.
Yeah, he dropping this red garbage down, nowhere exactly to put it. Adelito, uh, he's got plans. We can see the gears turning, trying to get the plans working. This blue yellow is going to clear out a bunch of it. And then this I'm just worried about this column too, and like if he's gonna take it, he might have to just make some kind of drill down clears.
Yeah.
And it just might be what he has to do. That is what he's going to do there to open up the reds on the bottom, and he's really going to try not to. But I don't really see another way through it. Here's the horizontal. Okay, so a red for the horizontal, and then one more blue. And Adelito out at 358, quite a bit slower than both of their last couple games. Nerves may be really kicking in. This is a marathon. This is game 5 in a row. All these games taking 7-8 minutes each. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of decisions that you have to make. And so
Oh,
it's not
I know
Adelito
he could
playing
do it.
so high.
Yes, the fact that these players can take those risks and get those rewards is just fantastic. And it's sorry, I have a cat that is going crazy, but it's just a testament to these players and their forward thinking in this game.
Yeah, Influx with a nice combo to get out of that level 11 into
And
his
I think
level
we might
12.
have lost Ramsey again
Oh my
over
God.
there.
I've been
But
talking the whole time.
look at both of these players. Adelina taking back the lead from Influx, and this is we still have one more level to go, so they still have some time to navigate here. But this is just a back and forth match, as all of them have
Okay.
been.
I believe my mic is back, question mark, maybe?
And the player who actually
right.
wins this crown will win this match. But not only that, they will go on to another match. So this is going to be an endurance battle for either one of these these two as they go on, because they have to meet Don, who had a sweep in his match previously. So I wonder how that will fare later on. Right now, we're looking at Adelito's side. He is out of his 12 at a 532, and Influx has a lot of his 12 left. So this is going to be a very, very Influx is going to have to put the pedal to the metal in order to get back into this and make this a possible crown for him.
Betty, can you hear me? Betty cannot hear me. Other people can hear me. I see my thing.
Adelito breaks some stuff down. Oh, look at this L clear by Adelito. Fantastic work on his end. Influx just needing a little bit more red and blue help. He sees the double blue. He decides to take the blues horizontally, which is perfect. Needing some red, Doc. And right now, there we go, out at a 624. That is about a minute behind to what Influx or Adelito had to come into this level 13. So he is behind by 24 viruses. You see it here on the board. He is going to have to play these pills fast and precise. And if anybody can, that is Influx here. So we will see how that works. But Adelito, look at this. He is not wanting to take any drop time. He is wanting to make sure these pills go exactly where he wants. And that's, gosh, everything's so clean on his board, though. Look at another drop clear by Adelito. He is just making fantastic work of all of this.
Betty, can you hear me yet? Betty cannot hear me.
We have just a
it's
bit
okay.
of
Betty's got this.
Influx also playing a very clean board right here. It's not going to be enough. It looks like the writing is almost on the wall. He made a huge run of this, but now with only a few more blues and making the yellow drop where it needs to. One more yellow needed on Adelito. He will take the third crown and move on in our tournament. Hats off to Influx for giving us such an amazing match. It was not enough at the end, but I personally love to see you play, and thank you so much for bringing that match. Both you and Adelito put on a show, and we will be back for more of a show with Adelito and Dawn right after this. So please stick around. This is the DRMC. Hi, everyone. If you didn't hear enough of me before, I am back here, and joining me in the booth is none other than Ook to call this final match.
And joining me is commentator of the year, Betty B. So we're going to be having ourselves a big old blast coming up right here. Betty, we've got Dawn and Adelito, and uh, man, I mean, the way this year has gone, it feels like it was always going to come down to this.
hmm This would have been on my bingo board for sure as a finals matchup. And, Dawn has taken, a full matchup versus Adelito. So, and Adelito just is no stranger to winning this whole thing. And this is just, we said it before with other matches tonight and previously, but this is going to be one to watch. And I'm glad I get to call it with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Don Vineyard just within a hair of earning that number one seed overall of his own accord. Did end up with it because Packy is out doing the whole married guy thing. So want to give a big shout out to Packy and Larva as they are celebrating their recent nuptials with her people in Maryland. But against Adelito, who has been in this, as we said earlier, 4 times in a row now, and finally got that win last year. So the question is he going to repeat, or is Don going to cap off what has been just a magical year for him?
Yeah, and we're getting our readies in chat from all of them, but can they really be ready for this? I I would not be, but these two are used to being in the hot seat. We have a fever chill in between the two of them. We have both players on high and both players getting ready to do these level brackets 14 through 17 for this finals here.
Both known keyboard players, although not sure if they both currently play on keyboard. That's oh, there's no telling. But as we open up the boards, Adelito getting a very quick lead, but just the briefest of leads because there's there's so many pills to drop here. But I do like the way this board is looking for him. He's already got things kind of knocked down a level, which is what he wants to be doing. Meanwhile, looking over what Don's got, what he doesn't have is access to a lot of blue. He finally gets down there, but with all of this yellow on his top line, I mean, everything, Betty, it's like it's stacked up in thick bands of specific colors.
Yeah, but you can see that he's actually building towards some drop clears, so making sure that the pill halves are going to land where he wants them to. Even that red that he just placed is probably some forward thinking of the reds that are underneath. So these players are thinking in levels down from what you're actually seeing on the top line. Um, but looking over at Adelito's side, he is having about a 14 virus lead over Dawn at this moment, but having a lot of blue to get through at the end.
Yeah, and oh, nice cross there from Don to kind of move his board forward. Now he doesn't have access to red. I mean, we say that, but literally he's setting up red so that he can make drop combos. You can see that he's going to plan on taking. Okay, well, he was planning on taking those blues out horizontally,
Yeah.
and plans change, and that's maybe the biggest difference between the play styles of
Mhm.
Don and Adelito is that Adelito will pretty much stick with a plan almost no matter what. And Don has proven himself to be very flexible when it comes to his plans. But it is Adelito out first, just a hair over 2 minutes. We are playing 14 to 17 again, just like the last round. It's going to be a best of 5, but it is, yeah, man, it's just a lot of game to play.
Yeah, and I was surprised that Don didn't maybe make a platform so he could have had the possibility of setting up an L with those blues, but he gets out at 232-ish and a little bit behind the 8 ball here. It's 18 viruses now between the two.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Something about this board for Adelito I'm not loving.
Hmm.
Dawn's board at least has the diversity on top. I guess that's what I'm missing. Just looking at Adelito's board, there's no access to yellow easy. It's just not my favorite board, and maybe that's going to be good for Dawn, as there is now a 15 virus difference between the two of them. But Adelito getting down to his mid board, and we're going to see what he can do to kind of keep things moving here.
Yeah, to your point, I was thinking that's going to take a lot of drill plays if I was playing it, and I think that's where it was kind of on Adelito's side, and he has taken quite a few drill plays in order to get that. And with these players, the less drop time is what they normally strive for. So Adelito has cleared that up, and now is still maintaining that lead, needing a little bit more help to kind of break into his board. I love this cross clear that he built up there, and now has the capability, decides not to take it, but he had a capability of bringing down those blues on top, just clearing it out though, because he already has the horizontal ready. And as you know, by talking to him, he is one of those players that when he has a setup for a pill, it's no longer his worry. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore. So, but yeah, he's continuing to break it down. And Dawn now though taking a lot of drop time for that clear that he just did.
Yeah, we're down to about a 9 virus difference between these two, but there you see Adelito out of this board, and we'll see, how this end game can make a change. Well, it's something's going to have to happen for Dom, because he needs blue. This practically his entire top line is stacked with it, and this double blue is going to be very helpful for him. Just needing, I would love to see him get a double yellow. Looks like he's going to manufacture the yellow he needs to get this offset fat log. But it is just time that Adelito is able to use. Now just a yellow, blue, yellow, red, maybe? Nope. Just needs one more red. Don will be joining Adelito. He's out at a 514. And right now it is a 25 virus difference, but that is top of board viruses, which, as we know, can be peeled off very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Adelito is dealing with a little bit of, lack of any color besides red at the top of his board. And Don needing a lot of blue help at the beginning of this board to break into his level 16. So both of these players, knowing where they need, what pills they want, and what they're getting is somewhat different. The doc giveth and taketh away.
Yeah, the doc's a jerk, and that's just all I got to say about that. So, okay, I like the setup from Don. He was
Wow. Yep.
trying to take out everything as efficiently as possible over on that left-hand side, but as we see, the difference really, he's only come back by about 3 viruses from the initial, what was it, 25
Hmm.
virus deficit, although that play right there really helping out. But it is still about a 20 virus difference between these two, regardless of how much Don is just plowing through multiples as quickly as possible. Adelito just matching him blow for blow.
Hmm. Yeah, both of them trying to get an inch, and then the other one is like, "No, give me that back." It's just this is fantastic, and I think both of them know who the caliber of player that they're playing against, and so they're not letting it away from them at all.
Yeah, and I mean we've seen that multiple times in this tournament already, where you're playing against a top tier player, and you've got to, yeah, you're willing to take a few extra risks. I'm not sure who I could possibly be talking about taking risks and getting bitten in the teeth, but uh, anyway, we see Adelito into the final level of this board, or this set, as Don just needing a couple more yellows to get himself out. And look at this yellow in the top line for Adelito. That is, it has the potential of being both amazing and terrifying.
Yeah, but he's made work. He's given himself some room to breathe, some room to combo as he likes to do, and we love to see. So definitely making it a safer board is Adelito. But here on Don's side, you can see he's building up for this horizontal with the reds. Does take that and another horizontal to just make it a cleaner, less scary board on his side as well.
Yeah, but two T's in a row there for Adelito, and he is just blasting right through this one. Going to get another horizontal there. It is now closing in on a 30 virus lead. And it was only down to about 19 at the start of this board. You can see Don's really having trouble getting the setups going. There's a big one that's it's taken some time, but yeah, it's starting to look like Adelito might be running away with this one. Although Don not going to let it go easily, as it is 47-20. Adelito with the lead.
Yeah, and I think to your point, like the more that you're thinking about the game and not making those moves, it it starts to be something that you can also oh God, like it kind of gets messy. You can sometimes think too much about it instead of just playing it down, and that might have been what Don had going a little bit there. But look at over here on Adelito's side. He is putting it, thinking correctly into where he needs to put all this stuff. Now just needing one more yellow, and oh gosh, even masterfully putting his trash to limit the amount of down pressing he had to do. Out at a 932, taking this first crown.
And I didn't want to mention it ahead of time because it's like pitching a no hitter. You don't talk about it, but that is the first crown Don has lost this entire tournament. We have yet
Wow.
to ever see in a final year-end tournament anybody go completely undefeated. So wait yet another year to see if that can happen again. But Adelito takes crown number one, and uh, we'll see what happens in crown number two.
Yeah, but a quick reset on Don's side once he realized it was done, trying to just keep the momentum that he has had going in, trying to not drop another crown here is Don. I like the top of Don's board a lot here. Oh gosh, Adelito playing so high, but again, able to bring it back down as he needed to on the top of his board.
Yeah, and he's eyeing this cross here is going
Hmm.
to manufacture the yellows that he needs. Um, and
I
yeah,
saw what
going to take
was,
a different draws.
yep. I think he was
There he
trying
goes.
to manufacture a drop clear with those blues, and he realized at the last moment that that wouldn't do what he wanted it to do, and so he did adjust, and it didn't take too much time to actually resolve very well on Adelito's side, but and retaining the lead here at the beginning.
And I think we might need to check since he doesn't have a hand cam or anything that's not actually Adelito or Influx playing for Adelito, as that a lot of those plays very reminiscent of the play of our three-time champion Influx, who you just saw play against Adelito, but I mean a lot of those plays just made me very much think of Influx. But it's kind of becoming standard, I guess.
Hmm.
A lot of our plays here. Regardless, it is a 6 virus lead now for Adelito, but uh, Don coming right back here, going to get a horizontal of his own. And, if the right pills show up, this could be a very quick end game for Don.
Yeah, a lot of those double setups that he has will hopefully make that so. But while we say that, Adelito has already gotten into his level 15, so already moving on with his match here. Don just needing a
Yeah, he
little
was
bit
at about
more
a
blue. Yep.
he's at about a 151, so we'll see kind of where the difference is. Looks like about 20, 30 seconds there is the difference. coming out of level 14 and uh, Don using those pause buffer strats to full effect.
Hey, I love those strats. Those were the first ones I mastered, okay? So, um,
Yeah, for those not familiar with the play of this game, that does absolutely nothing. In fact, it slows you down. So we're all very, very familiar with them.
but as we were talking about that, we see Adelito bringing down his board, has some horizontals that will drop into clears as he, oh, I love that play for him. Now having this horizontal setup with the yellows, just everything everything is more than what you see with Adelito. He is thinking 5 moves ahead, 6 moves ahead. Look at this T clear with these blues that he probably didn't even have planned, but the pills came in a way that he could navigate them, and just fantastic work.
Yeah, looking over at Don's side, he's got some plans, but they feel very versus to me. So we'll see if they can come through for him. He's got this big setup. He was waiting on a double red, drops it just a pill before that double red shows up. But that brings it down to just a 16 virus deficit. He was running a little bit higher deficit than that. So far it's not been too damaging, but Adelito is at the bottom of his game as well. He's going to need a lot of yellow to come out of this board. Has everything set up for all but one of his reds, and now has to break that just to make things work out. Not a very nice end game for Adelito, as he is finding a good path through it, but it's allowed Dawn to come back to within 7 now, as it is 9-3 now. Dawn down to just 6 virus deficit.
But yeah, Adelito, while he needed all of those, he was just able to navigate it in a way. He saw the end in sight and took it, and was out at a 440 right then. And Dawn right behind, just needing 2 more reds, getting 1, getting 2, out at a 450. So just 10 seconds behind, really bringing it back, that level 15, into just a 5 virus game here.
Yeah, I mean, 20 seconds, making up 20 seconds against anybody in just a single level is really impressive. As now it's just a 3 virus deficit. These two going just back and forth here. Nice combo cross there from Don, and Adelito responds with a very nice drop clear himself. Not a lot of access to blue for Adelito here on this top line. He's got those stair steps of
Hmm.
yellow, red, and blue, depending on where it
But look
is.
at
That's
this.
one of our least favorite formations, but yeah, finds a good use for that and puts the lead back up to 15.
And I think those staircases do have a good way of getting horizontals, to help with that. And so, Adelito being one of our, premier horizontal thinker player, was able to navigate those in a very, very good way and quick way. Right now, oh, I love that save from Adelito. He decides not to save the reds on top, which is what I thought he was building towards, but he didn't need it. But look at that drop clear by Dawn. I'm going back and forth between these two. They're both pulling my attention, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, that those of you who've been playing a lot on Fightcade are probably looking for the quad of garbage to show up on Adelito's side. Unfortunately for Dawn, that is not the case of what we're doing here. But interesting plays here, as it is now 20-5, 15 virus lead for Adelito, who already has everything set up, is going to be out of 648 into his level 17. And he's hoping that that is going to be crown number 2.
Hmm. Yeah, out first, but Dawn trying to work towards this quickly, this end game quickly, but looking a little bit it has a little bit of trash blocking that escape for that blue, but look at what he's setting up. And he knows not to put that blue in column 5, because if he does, that limits the ways that he can break down into this. Oh, beautiful Dawn. Wonderful end game insight there. Out a little bit behind the 8 ball. Again, it's now a 19 virus difference when I said that, but that huge combo from Adelito made it made it a little bit more than that.
Yeah, so Don definitely got his work cut out for him here in this final level, but he has really proven himself to be resilient over the course of this year, and we'll see if he can pull something out here. I'm noticing very much a dearth of red for Adelito's board. It seems to me that every time I had a board that looks like that, uh, all I get is double red rushed. So not hoping for that for Adelito, but Don might be might be wishing for it to see if he can give himself an opportunity, as it is now a 20 virus deficit. Don working on coming back here.
But look at this play by Adelito. He had that in the
Wow.
works for a long time, and finally it got the pills needed and set up the way he wanted to. But look at another counter attack from, not attack because we're not playing versus, but another great combo play from Dawn. So these two back and forth with these wonderful plays.
Yeah, but now it's down to just 7 for Adelito. He is looking for a horizontal play. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to drop into this horizontal with the red, and then is just going to need a couple of yellows. So, yeah, I can't see a way of doing this anyway but vertically. So 6 yellows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And with that, Adelito is going to be out at a 924. GG's to him.
Yeah, so taking that second crown is Adelito. But here's the thing is, we as a community voted Don one of the player of the year. And that comes with a lot of pressure, but it also comes with knowing that he can turn this around and bring this back to a decider in no time. So I am looking forward to this next crown. Don playing with his tournament life on the line, but we know he can produce the results that will take this to crown 4 and even possibly crown 5.
On our 1 seed looking for a reverse sweep. He's going to switch to medium as Adelito is looking for any one win, and 3, 2, 1 pills, they are going. I don't remember off the top of my head if Don is generally a medium player, Betty, but I feel like if there's ever a time to do it, when you're facing level 17 is the time to do it.
I think he can switch. I remember that he has played medium in the past and he has played high in the past. So I think he is one that it probably depends on how he's feeling. Like if he's feeling like he's making a lot of mistakes. I don't know this for a fact, but that's where I would make the switch, is if I feel like it's setting too quickly for me. I might switch over to medium to be like, okay, I know where I want to put it, but it's not going where I want. But these two players putting it where it needs to be. Don taking a early lead here by a few viruses, and maybe that change to medium is helping him out.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. If that's what you're most comfortable with, sometimes I know I've switched over to high if I had a thought that a player, I needed to kind of pull out all the stops against. I've never seen that work well for me, but like you say, sometimes certain players can find a use in playing in both. As it is now 16 to 20, and what did you say?
I just Don making some plays that allows just the retaining of these pill halves in this game. I say it all the time. This game is won and lost with pill halves, and Don putting the pills where it needs to be, keeping those those clean end games. He just has this forward thinking, and I love to watch it. But while we're talking about Dawn, now Adelito just needing a lot of blue help here, but there is a little bit of some clusters that he can do, and he is going to take it. Of course he is, because again, pill halves are important. Dawn just needing one more blue, or Adelito just needing one more blue. So Dawn gets it first out at a 216, Adelito right behind it at 219. This is a 3-second game.
Yeah, and both players in the same spot right there in that end game. So it really did just kind of come down to the fact that Dawn got the double just a couple of pills before Adelito did. But man, a really smart top of the board for Dawn to hold on to now a 6 virus lead. Adelito, though, storming right back, and they are both kind of already through that top layer. And oh, I think that was a misdrop for Adelito. Never mind. No, I see it now. It's,
Yeah, he always likes us
it's
to eat our words.
yeah, no, I saw it just a pill too late as he was setting up for a horizontal. That is just his play style, as it is now an 11 virus lead. Make that a 9 virus lead for Adelito, as Dawn sitting with a lot of yellow on the top of this board. So I feel like there's going to be a lot dropping down here, but it didn't quite go the way he wanted. And now the yellow is still just kind of eating up a lot of real estate on the top of this board, Betty.
Yeah, it really is. And, he is seeing that he needs to navigate around this. And I love that play by him, trying to just, again, build these horizontal possibilities. Look at those reds in column. Yep. And he's signaling that he is going to take those reds in column 5 through 8 horizontally. But while he's trying to build that up and continuing to hold out for it, decides to just take it as a horizontal. But Adelito is just running away with this 15, needing two. Nope, sorry, now just one more blue. This game is just moving so fast. These players doing exactly what they need to. Out at a 422 is Adelito, and Dawn with some viruses left though.
Uh, he had to take some drop time there just because he's got a concern that the yellows are not going to show here in the quantities that he needed. He's looking at the reds, and the reds are all completely free and clear. But you can see Dawn taking strategic drop time just because he knows that it's either take the drop time or have to take a bunch of extra pills. So just needing 3 yellows, now 2, now 1. And he's out at a 502. So the chase down is oh, sorry, it's not even 17, but he's looking at a 19 virus deficit now.
Now I will say at the end of that level 15 for Dawn, he did have the opportunity of taking those blues horizontally. And one tip that we know in the community is that taking a horizontal as your last pill does go a little bit quicker than taking it vertically. But he did just take it vertically, is joining Adelito into this 16. But those are just those small tips that as you continue to learn and understand this game, is just you can use that to your oh, I think that was a misplay by Adelito, but he's going to turn it into a T for those yellows.
Yeah,
This is slowing him
it's gonna
down
slow
quite a
things
bit.
down.
Yeah.
But here comes the play. It's going to be more drop time, and it is still a couple of yellow pill halves on top of that blue there as garbage. So this is going to give Dawn the best opportunity he's had in this level block to try to move things forward and just try to catch up. But it is now a 19 virus deficit, as Adelito still just needs a couple yellows. No more yellows. Just blues, reds, and he will be out of this. So He
Yeah, using the
is
reds as a pillar. Oh, seeing the double blue able to maneuver it all the way to column 8 and back to column 1. Adelito showing what it means to know how to move the pill where you want it to. Dawn now down to just 10 viruses remaining in this 16 to join him in 17, but Adelito is already putting in some masterful work on it.
6:53 was the end time for Adelito. Don's still waiting for this to all clear out for him. I like this setup.
Yeah.
He needs. Ooh. All right, it is 43 seconds is the time difference, and it is 30 viruses for a chase down.
Mm-hmm.
Things are not looking the best for Dawn, but it is not impossible for the right pills, the right sequence to show up. So he is going to keep on flinging these pills as fast as he can. As Adelito just 27 viruses away from being able to take his second ever DRMC championship. We will see what will happen as it is now 59 to 22. And these players just playing with everything they got.
Don is doing some really great work into uh, making sure he can make efficient plays. He knows he's playing behind right now, and he is just, de-sandwiching, clearing things, making sure he continues to have access to all of his colors. And it is doing great work. It might be too little too late right now as we're seeing Adelito make some awesome drop clears. But that said, he has a lot of blue on his board, and blue, as we always like to say, is notorious for being the one that comes the least, just slightly. But oh, wow. And setting up for a red horizontal is Adelito needing some red. He gets it. Now needing a yellow to drop this red into place and one more blue. It is here out at a 9-11. Wow. Fantastic play. And Adelito is now our new 2025 DRMC Gold Champion.
Adelito becomes just the second player to find a way to repeat as DRMC champion. Dawn, just the sixth player to make this year-end final. So, congratulations to both players. This has been a heck of a run, a heck of a year, Betty.
Mhm.
It's just been
I,
something else.
But that said, since this is the year-end gold, I'm so looking forward to what all of these players and some of our up-and-coming silver players are going to be up to just next week. So there is more DRMC coming in the weeks to come. And also, if you want to talk about our Virus Buster League, Ook, I'll turn it back to you for that. There's even more verses left to do this year.
Absolutely. Shortly after we shut the stream down, stick around on the DRMC channel because you will be seeing another stream coming right back. It is going to be our friend Hot Rod with the Virus Busters League Championship coming up right after this. And if you're wondering, hey, who won the newcomer of the year? What was the versus match of the year? Guess what? We're not going to tell you. We're going to make you watch that match to see what that is. So thank you guys so much. This channel would not exist without the wonderful people watching it. But since we can't say hi to every one of you, I'm going to say thank you to our other commentators, Ramsey Fox. We had why is my brain just shutting
JB.
down? JB Henry was in
There you
there
go.
as well. And for Betty, for our lovely restreamer, the Dave, for all of us here at the DRMC, thank you for watching. Congratulations again to Adelito. And until just a couple minutes from now, when we have our VBL championship, take your vitamins.